Oh, I had to turn this on.
I don't see anything but me.
You don't see anything at the bottom because that's you.
I don't see anything at the top.
At the top, it should be on the right-hand side of the screen,
Oh, okay.
and then the video presentation is going in the big part.
Oh, okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for your patience and understanding. We had some technical issues yesterday, but we seem to have those resolved. We are live today on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and TikTok. And today we are celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Nanna and Poppa LLC doing business as the Rideshare Safety Partition Company. If you all joined us on our live yesterday morning, we talked about the history of Nanna and Poppa and the Rideshare Safety Partition, how it came to be, how the idea came to Wayne, how he invented it and we developed it, and the different milestones that we've been through as a company. We've been in business for 10 years and we're still going. We're not giving up. We are determined. We are the standard in the industry for safety. And now we want to show you some, just some, not all, but just some of the iterations of the partition that we have gone through. So now I will turn it over to Wayne.
Hey, how's everybody going? Welcome to the live. Like David said, we had some technical difficulties yesterday, but we got everything going fine now. So, with that being said, this is our 10-year anniversary. I am so proud of my team that stuck with me through all the thick and thin, ups and downs and turnarounds. But we're still going strong, and this next few years is going to be powerful for us. Dave?
All right, so what I have in front of me is the very first iteration of the Rideshare Safety Partition. Wayne was in his basement. The idea came to him after he prayed and asked God for help to protect his daughters. He then took it out of cardboard to a manufacturer, and this is what the manufacturer came up with. So kind of walk us through how this would work, Wayne.
Well, that is the first one that I came up with, and it just went up through the middle of the seats to prevent anybody from having any leverage to really do any harm to you from the back. And then as time went on, I kept coming up with different ideas, and then we went to having a whole area cordoned off, and that came with the second one over there with the handle.
Okay. So now this is iteration number 2. And as you can see, now there's this big area right here that goes up against the headrest and goes up to the roof of the vehicle to prevent anyone from reaching over or around the seats to get from the back to the front. Anything special about this design that you want to talk about?
Well, this design, you had to have automatic seats because you would raise your seat up to the ceiling and it would touch the ceiling. That would hold it in place.
And then what is this like thin like piece right here?
That was the handle where you can put it in and out of your trunk when you're not using it.
And it had another purpose, correct?
To carry it. carry it, and then you pull it when you let your seats up. You would hold that handle and hold the partition in the position you want it and raise it up. Now,
Right.
that's also the third version too, because when the slits came in for the holes, that's when I came up with the strap concept. So that's 2 and 3.
Yes. The other benefit of this piece right here was that if someone tried to pull the partition while it was installed, this little piece would catch on the roof and prevent the partition from being pulled back. But that was before we had the straps. So the only thing that was holding it in was the piece where the seat, the headrest set down and protected it. All right, so from there we move on to over here and walk us through this one.
This was the last modification that I did, because some cars had more headroom than normal. So that is 4 and 5, because now it has the slits for the straps, and then when I came up with the wings addition, you can let them up and down depending on the room you need. So that made it virtually universal for 95% of vehicles that's on the road today.
Yes. And what about these slits right here? What are these for?
Those are for a system that Dave came up with called a bodification. And we can slice the car into 4 different cabinets. It's hard to envision it, but we was able to slice the car into 4 different slots. So everybody had their own little cabin in the car.
So if this is the 5th iteration, are there any more ideas that you have in mind on upgrading or updating the design of the partition?
Well, the new metal system, that's new, because we used to use the straps, but we had a problem with certain companies had all kind of technology in their headrest. Therefore, if the headrest was to deploy, the strap would keep it from the airbag from deploying. So I came up with the new metal system that eliminates that. And it's much easier to put on, it's much stronger, and it looks much better.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. As an inventor, as an engineer, in your former life when you worked at Ford Motor Company, how many times would you say you've thought about or multiplied or changed the design of this partition in your mind?
About 50.
About 50. Okay. Very good. Very good. And you're always open to feedback, right?
All the time.
If a customer has an issue or concern, you'll definitely take it into consideration.
Yes, I will.
And so going from that one to this one to the very first one, over 10 years worth of modifications and design changes. All right. We're going to transition to the office because we've got a video presentation that we want to show. So we will be right back.
California. Edward Caban posted this video online to show what he says that Uber drivers have to deal with. He asked his passenger, Benjamin Golden, to leave his car for behaving erratically, but this happens instead of him getting out. Beats him around the head from the back seat, but then you see him reach over the seat. The driver sprays him with pepper spray. The suspect, Golden, was arrested at the scene. He's being charged with assault and public intoxication and also banned from using Uber ever again.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
He said that he wanted to post this so people could understand some of the challenges that Uber drivers have. He said this kind of thing happens frequently.
Well, I mean, it's, not just Uber guys,
No,
right? I mean,
taxi
it's private
drivers,
cars, it's
sure.
hacks. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of guys have to deal with that. It can be a very dangerous job, especially in cars where they don't have
The divider.
Absolutely. I mean, we think getting into an Uber, the feeling is like, oh, we'll be safe. It's a stranger.
Yeah.
They're just as at risk. It's a stranger getting into their car.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really concerning.
Good presence of mind.
Don't take your safety for granted.
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 All right, so that video presentation was one of the ones that we've shown at various places, trade shows. We showed that in Singapore when we went there to grab. And so it just demonstrates and talks about the different areas and aspects that our partition works in best. One of the segments or customer bases that we just found out about that we hadn't known about it previously was families of and parents of autistic children. They find that our partition works extremely well for them. Whenever their child gets triggered in the back seat, the partition prevents them from interfering with the parents that are driving. It makes their drive and ride that much safer. It allows them to go to doctor's appointments, to family events and functions. We've had many testimonials and stories from parents who have used the partition and it has changed their lives. And we're so grateful for being here, being able to be a part of the solution to help them. It definitely wasn't a market that we had in mind when we started this, but because we focused on quality, because we focused on strength, because we focused on the universality of the partition, it just works out in so many more ways than we could have ever imagined. So we're so grateful for being here in 10 years. We're praying and looking forward to another 10. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will talk again with you very soon.